All right. I think we are starting. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. We'll make some changes. This is what we're doing. Spring Boot 3 with Java 20. Java 20 just got released. We're going to take it for a spin. I've got a couple of things I need to do. I'm just going to run through it. I figured might as well do it live, get some help, get some feedback, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to ask if you're here. Is my audio okay? Can you see it okay? I've got a little bit of background music going, just kind of help out. But other than that, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do, I'm partial to Maven. We're going to use Java. Should we use 3.1? Let's stick with 3.05 for now. Maybe we'll come back and we can leave all this stuff the same, except we're going to use Java 20. The only thing I'm going to add, I'm going to add the actuator. That's so I don't have to do a whole lot of extra work. And I'm going to add Spring Web. So simple. We're going to get something that we can test and try. And I just want to run through something that you've probably seen me do once or twice before. If you are somebody that's been around, we're going to generate. We're going to get this project. I hit the button. Yeah, let's just call it. We're going to do demo, and then we'll unzip it. Yeah, go ahead and replace that. And let's do this. I'm going to move this. What I should do is let's give me a new tab of Homebrew. No, let's see there. I want one that doesn't have a transparent background. New tab. Pro. Also, are they all transparent? Basic. There we go. Basic. And let's go pump that up a little bit. Cool. Hopefully that's visible. And if you're joining, let me know where you're from. Say hello. I'd appreciate it. We're going to go to Fun. Sean. This is Spring Boot 3 with Java 20. Unzip that demo zip. And what I care about, let's do the regular MBNW Spring Boot run. Test it out. Should work. I expect things to go. We're just going to grab all the latest versions. Okay, that didn't work. What happened? Invalid target release 20. Why? Oh, because I don't have 20. So let's do SDK. This Java. What do I got installed? All right. I've got Java 19 and 17, but I don't have apparently a Java 20 version. So let's grab one. I'm using SDK man. I'm pretty sure Liberica is what I want. So let's grab this one. So already, yeah, this is fine. Boop. What I was hoping, this isn't here yet, so I can't do the Graal stuff with 20 yet because I don't have a Graal VM version. But let's do this anyways. So let's grab. What was the version? This one. Let's grab this. SDK install Java Liberica 20. Let's take a sec. Just an experiment. I'm going to try some things here at 20, and then I'm going to try some other stuff as my default. I don't think I want it as my default because I do a lot of the Graal VM stuff. Now, let's do the same thing that we were just about to do. I have to do SDK use Java. Oop. Excellent. Up and running. All right. Hey, that's fast. One of these days, my Spring Boot app is going to just start without the Graal VM ahead of time processing. One of these days, this is going to start. And it's going to be less than a second, and it's just going to be amazing. The JVM team, the people that are working on the JVM, are doing amazing things, and this is awesome. That's running. So let's do this. Let's grab another shell while that's running. Let's grab another tab and let's just validate HTTP 8080 actuator health. That's it. Cool. Well, if I could spell network. All right, that's good. That's all I want to see. To be honest, that's all I want to see. Yeah. So I said I had some other things. It works. Cool. So the title of my stream is probably a little misleading because that's not what I'm gonna do now. Now I'm gonna jump over. I'm gonna do the same thing, except this time I'm going to wait. Where did my window go? I'm going to hello. Let's find that window. There we go. I'm going to switch to yeah, we're just going to switch to Java 17. Java, Maven, same. Everything else is the same. And let's generate that. I didn't really need to do this. I could have just went and modified the Java version. But let's do this anyways. Replace it. And let's do this. Remove that. And then grab the new one that we just generated. I'm going to do this, MENW, Spring Boot Run. I have all this stuff already pulled, so it goes a little bit faster. Look at that. It happened. Isn't that amazing? It is amazing. Yeah, I was just talking about that. That is slick. And I want to make this prettier. Maybe I'll make it a little prettier. Let's do one more. Is that still readable? Is it still readable? I hope. So that's running. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that process ID. I want to come over here. I'm going to do this. I want to do em map that process ID. How much are we doing? 136 megs. That's cool. And do the same thing. HTTP. Again, we're using a slightly different version. But just to prove, hey, it's up and running. Fantastic. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of fanciness here. I'm on an M1. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my thing and I'm going to show, actually, I don't even know, I need to go here. I'll go to GitHub. And I have my little instructions here. Hey, I'm going to replace that with this. Cool. Samesies. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm on an ARM64 machine, an M1, and the ahead of time processing on ARM64, it has to do the emulation. Emulation takes forever. So I created a ARM64 build pack so we can do the same thing. So let's do this. Let me think about this. I really didn't need to do that. I don't have to do it as an image because I can do, right? If I just do this, VNW -p native, and then do native file. What this is going to do, it's just going to build the Spring Boot app as a native statically linked binary. So let's just do that, and I'll get a demo in my output in my target directory. So this will take some GUI tool wasn't. Oh, because I switched my JVM version. So SDK list Java. I want to run this guy here. QSDK use Java. This one. Let's try that again. This will take a little bit. It's ahead of time compilation. So it's checking all the branches, all the stuff, and figuring out all the different ways that it can go. And it's going to get rid of all the stuff we don't need. It's going to optimize this binary, the static link binary is going to optimize it for what it knows. The binary that is output from this is going to be only for Darwin, the operating system I'm running on, Darwin and ARM64. It will not run on my Windows machine. It will not run on my Linux machine. It'll only run on Darwin operating system, ARM64. Like the M1, M2. Now, I hear my music cutting out. Why is my music cutting out? Because we're doing the stream and this AOT processing is eating up the processor. Thank you for coming to the show. I appreciate you being here. All right, now it's done. So now I should have target demo. Boop. And it starts up in even faster. Let me see if I can make that prettier. So before it was 0. What was the startup time? It was like 0.9 something. So that was the first one. Here we go. 0.903 seconds was the startup the first time without the ahead of time compilation. 0.903, and this time it's 0.063. Quite an improvement. The memory footprint before was 160, or it's over here. What we were showing was it was 160 megs, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab this one. We're just gonna do the exact same thing, and all I'm doing is giving myself a refresh. VM map, the process ID, and I really only care about the physical memory, the physical footprint that this process is running, 32 megs. So again, a significant improvement. So what else do I want to see? What I want to show. Oh, let's do this. HTTP activator. So it's up and running. It still responds. It's the exact same thing, except it's a statically linked binary. This starts up really, really fast. It's got a smaller footprint, but there's trade-offs. So I think one of the things that I want to do is I want to kind of show a workload that is better with the ahead of time compilation, and I want to show one that's not. So let's see if we can find one of those. I bet you I have some sitting around here. So I want to throw some load at it. So let's not do that. That was ugly. And let's do this. I'm going to change this song a little bit. Mr. Funky Waddle, how is the audio coming through? Is it okay? I trust your opinion. You know what I should do as well is I should open up my Discord somewhere here. There we go. Bear with me. And I'm not a pro at this streaming stuff, but I like sharing. I like chatting with all of y'all. So let's see if we can get my Discord up and have some conversations. Re-swizzle. I know I started it. It's running somewhere. I just can't seem to find it. I have no idea which screen my Discord is on. Oh, there it is. I changed my setup a little bit today, where I used to have a bunch of different computers running. Music is heard but lower than your voice. So good. Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that feedback. That was it. I thought this was the right kind of. I can hear the music. Music's like good for my room, but I didn't want it to be overpowering on the stream. So hopefully that works. All right. I'm going to get this going. And here. Rock and roll. All right. So what I want to do is I need to find a workload. I want to find a workload somewhere where I'm generating a bunch of stuff, or I got to give it some load. So let me see if I can find something that's existing already. I will search. Bear with me. I'm looking for, a workload that I might be able to adapt really easily to show something specific around the AOT versus JVM. And I have a project at the top of my mind. I just need to find it. Actually, it should be here on my GitHub. What it would be called? Like a util. It had Redis in it for sure. It's got to be here somewhere, right? All right, let's grab this. I think I have this somewhere. I think I have an example of this one running already. Well, March 9th. Yeah, I'm sure I already did that. So let's grab this. Where am I? Here. You shall. Let's open this bad boy up. This guy. It already exists. String data JPA. Let's do this. All right, let's see what we got. I just didn't know what the name of it was. So let's see if this works. So what this is doing is I'm going to stand up a Postgres and a Redis database. I'm going to stand it up running a Docker. So while I say that, I should probably go get Docker up and running. Docker. Hello, somewhere. All right, that's happening. We'll move that off to the side for now. And then let's take a look at the POM file. Let's look at our instructions and see what it says. Okay, first of all, there's a problem. That's not acceptable. I'm embarrassed that that's even like that. Let's see if I do git pull. Like, am I on the list? Ugh, I am so embarrassed. So let's just do this. We're now in a, hey, Icon. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate seeing you. Thank you. We are now going to migrate this project. Let's just see like what could possibly go wrong, right? We know that this is our latest because we just did a demo with this. I'm going to do one thing here. I've got these kind of patterns. I'm going to leave that one, but I'm going to change this. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to run this Visualizer++, and I'm going to do JGitHub. And this just adds an extension. I don't like that log there, but what are the other things? Help. I don't want to change the project description. I don't want to add. I did do that. I don't need to do that. Project name. Retail storage data. I'll leave that. I'm feeling pretty good. But do I have my plus? I don't. All right, we're good. I'm going to leave that there. I'll do the little update. So quick non-Java question. I've been wanting to learn C++ for a while. Do you think I should, at this point, learn C++? Or should I lean towards a newer C++ style language like Rust or Carbon? This is a good question. C++ isn't going to go anywhere. Again, just speaking opinion here, C++ isn't going to go anywhere. Rust is trending. There's new work, and here's kind of one way to look at it. The number of candidates that are up here with years and years of experience in Rust is going to be very, very thin. So if you can ramp up in Rust today with the number of positions and opportunities that are opening, if you can ramp up in Rust, it'll only take this much to kind of set yourself apart from most of the pack. So given what I know, I think that's the way I point you, is to learn Rust and head that direction. And that's why. Versus C++, I definitely think that's the way to go. And I'll be honest, Carbon, I haven't heard anything about. I haven't heard anybody doing anything cool with it. Again, in my limited Go system, my limited network, I have not heard anyone doing anything with Carbon. And alternatively, Rust gets people excited. There's lots of cool things that are happening. And there are definite opportunities that come across my inbox related to Rust. So that's my 2 cents. All right, so I just did this. What else do I want to do? Let's just take a quick peek. I don't have to do the repackage classifier. Oh, I already know what I'm gonna have to do. This, I did the AOT processing with this with the Spring Native project. Oh, I got my test containers in here. I need to upgrade those versions. I'll do that later. But this part, I don't need to do. I don't have to do that anymore. EP native image. I get that by default. So let's do this. Let's take this and let's just see. So this is going to go, it takes a while. So here's what we're going to do. I want to do this. I want to do MV and first let's see which Java. Java version. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do mvnw spring boot run. Oh wait, I gotta make sure that my Docker is up. So Docker, compose up. Cool, it's gonna stand up. Postgres is gonna stand up. Redis. Funky Waddle says, I agree with that mentality, but at the same time, I've run into a lot of, you need 5+ years of language or 5+ years of language version. I've tried fighting it with my years and years of experience, but they're dead set on need specifically what language and or version. Okay, great. Now, with Rust, and I hear you. With Rust, again, there's not a lot of people that have 5+ years of experience with Rust. So for you to ramp up and ramp up quickly, that combined with your experience in other languages, I think is going to carry. I think it'll work. Yeah, this common problem, right? Common problem. Icon says, Monkey Waddle, blah. You need a company with a good HR. Yes. Right. That whole like 5 years of this specific thing, it can be a red flag. Honestly, it can be a red flag. It's a good point, Icon. All right, so down here, what I did wrong is I did the Docker compose up. Let's do Docker PS. What I want to do this way is I want to go Docker compose -D, I think, so that it runs in the background. Good, those are started. I do Docker PS. Yep, they're up and running. Cool. Now what I want to do is mvnw spring boot run. I need to go look at the source code because, what happened? Oh, so I'm using old packages. So look at that. So my little upgrade didn't work. Set up SDK, sure, Java 17. So what I need to do, hello. Hello. That was weird. I don't know what happened. Funky Waddle says, hard to find that in today's market, depending on the swing back to the company's favor and less in the candidate's favor. Pipeline listings are back, the ghost listings are back, etc. Yeah, struggle is real. So what I want to do here is I want to try something where I'm going to go and grab a command from another project that I think I do have open. So bear with me. I'm going to run this command that should upgrade to Spring Boot 3. What does it say? Let's do this. I'm going to take this back. And then I'll run it. And let the rewrite fix it for me, which I think it'll do. So that's running. Oh, I hit the -Q, so it's quiet. Sorry about that. It would have been nice to kind of see this. But it's grabbing indexes. It's doing stuff. I switched back. I switched the version back, so it's re-indexing for the older version, for the older framework version. But what we're going to attempt, or what we're running right now, is like, hey, I said, hey, go and upgrade my project to use Spring Boot 3. And with that, it should have upgraded the Java 17 baseline versions, etc. So now I can see I've got 3.0.5. And here, it upgraded those packages automatically. I didn't remember what the package names were. I let the rewrite rule handle it. So that's cool. And not just here, I probably have others. So let's do this. Let's get status. What files did it change? I did this one. I did this one. Those are untracked. It modified the POM, storage APA, and it also modified my application YAML. see what it did, the application YAML. It just added those. Data Redis database 0. Okay. I don't know how it knew to do that, but that's still pretty cool. Oh, so those are just defaults. They didn't need to be added. Those are defaults that you'll get. So now that we've upgraded, now let's try this again. NW Spring Boot. Oh, what do we do now? Cannot access or JUnit rules test rule. Application tests. So here's what happened. Where I was using, what is that, Sam? 2333. 23. Cannot access or JUnit rules test rule. So it should have upgraded. I think this is because I'm using outdated test containers. So let me do a quick eyeball here. It upgraded to JUnit, but I think I need this to be 1.17. We'll go look at another project. Actually, what I can do is go look at this. I can go over here and I can say, hey, test containers. I add it, and if I go and look at the POM that it generates, it's 1.17.6. So 1.17.6 is what I want. And I want org test containers JUnit Jupyter. Did I get that one? So I think this is org. I want this guy. And I guess I could do it that whole way. And the dependency management. Cheating a little bit. Dependencies. Dependency management. Here. Oops. Cool. There. Now that's there. Let's clean that up. I want to give the test containers. I don't need this. Right. I do want this. Property. And that property gets referenced in the dependency management BOM. So now I can do the refresh. Hopefully I find everything. And it's a, oh, where did I do 1.17? Oh, I hard coded something. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this. And I don't think I actually need this part. Oh, I had duplicate. All right, let's see how we're doing. Maybe missed something, maybe deleted something, but that's okay. That's okay. All right, it looks like maybe everything's looking good as far as like the index anyways. So let's see if it runs. Okay, still have a problem. And what does it say? Oh, something's already running. Probably one of these other ones. Maybe not there. I have something running somewhere. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we did that a while ago. Get rid of that. I don't think I need this window open. I don't need that anymore because now we're in our IDE. So let's just close that. All right. So, and we're done with this demo. Here, let's do it again. Got rid of the other thing that was running on port 8080. This running is started up in 1.986 seconds. So if startup time is something, okay, that matters. Let's go and look at our controller because I don't remember what the endpoints were. I'm going to hit this one, load Redis. So what this is going to do is going to go and load this entire CSV file. So I've got these resources, source main resources. So this is retail stores. It is file size 6.75 megabytes. All right, so it's 6.75 megabytes of CSV data that I'm going to throw into Redis. The magic here, what I used this demo before for was to show like Postgres versus Redis. If I got a bunch of data coming in, actually, you know what, Funky Waldo, you might have been on the stream when I created this. If I got a bunch of data that I need to write, this is a really lame process. All it's doing is takes one row of the CSV file and it puts it in the database. That's it. So super like manual process, zero optimization whatsoever. Let's load this thing into our Redis database. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit that load Redis endpoint. And it's gonna take some time. So let's do this. Let's do it. Let's time it. Time HTTP 8080/load Redis. And it's a lot of data. It's going to take some time. We're running an M1, so a beefy machine. Let's see how long it takes. It will not respond until it's done. And if I recall, it was like on my old laptop, it was minutes, like 3-ish, 4-ish minutes. So let's see if it's any faster. Again, the Redis instance is just a Docker container that we stood up using Docker Compose. Nothing fancy. There's nothing fancy here that we're doing. Grab the Redis image, grab the Postgres image, start them up. We're only using the Redis instance because that one's faster. If I want to demonstrate this, I don't want to be waiting for a long time to do it. So we put the time command in front so we can see how long it took. Then we're going to do it again. So I'm gonna leave everything else running the exact same way. We're still doing the stream. We're doing all this other stuff. Oh, did it finish? It's wow. It only took 55 seconds. That's pretty cool. Can we make it any faster? So this is with the JVM. Let's take a look, and we're gonna look at the exact same app. So we're here. That was running on the JVM. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna stop that process. Oh, you know what? I should have grabbed the memory footprint. Let's do this again. Sorry. Let's run it again. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna stop that. We're gonna do the whole experiment one more time because we're gonna capture a little bit more information. So we're gonna do Docker Compose down. Get rid of it. It's Redis. It's in memory. I didn't persist anything, so we're good. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Docker Compose up, run in the background. And then we're going to do the same thing we just did. nv spring boot run. We're going to go over here. We're going to say clear. We're going to run the exact same thing. It took 55 seconds last time. We're going to run it. This time, we're going to do one extra step that we didn't do last time. We are going to take a look at this process. So there's the process ID. We're going to copy that, 7768. We're going to go to another window. We're going to say VM map that process ID. Let's look at the memory map. And when this is done, we're going to jump over here and we're going to look and see what the memory footprint of that JVM app is. So right after it's done, right after it's complete, we're going to hop over and take a look. Actually, we can do it now. We'll do that. So it's 303 megs right now. While it's running, it's 303 megs, and it was showing that was the peak, but we're going to do it again when it's done. So now it's done. It took 54 seconds. Let's run this again. Okay, 303 megs. Okay, we can remember that. Now, 303 megs. Garbage collection will happen, and that would change later, we expect. So now let's do this. Now we're going to take this exact same application. We're going to do ahead of time compilation. We're going to have the GraalVM go and look and see all the code that it could execute, and we're going to have it optimized. We will have the GraalVM optimize our Java code and not require the JVM. It's going to take the bits that it needs from the JVM, throw it into this statically linked binary, and give us a statically linked binary output. And we're going to run that statically linked binary, and we're going to run the exact same command, and we'll see if it works. So in order to get our statically linked binary, we're going to mdnw. We're going to use the native profile. Native. Wow. That's it. I'm going to do this. Skip S. Just, we don't need to run the test right now. We didn't make any changes. Let's just go. This will take a little bit. Again, it's analyzing every branch of the code that it can go and do. And it's going to optimize for this operating system and this architecture. Darwin, this Mac operating system, in ARM64. We'll let it finish. While it does that, that's my cue to go and change the song a little bit. Yes, don't yell. So we're just trying stuff out. I'm going to record a demo of this exact same thing offline for DevNexus. I just kind of wanted to like get another use case and see if I can show a good bad scenario. Redis is fast, so this example we just loaded, what did I say, megabytes of data into Redis with the JVM, single processor, single machine. We'll do it on the same machine. What we're going to do is, hopefully, what I'm expecting is that reading from the file, writing out to Redis, I'm hoping that that's just enough of a difference where it's going to change our performance for better or worse. But we'll see. It's an experiment. And I can hear the music getting off because of all the AOT processing that's happening. It's using as much memory as possible. It's tearing through the CPU because it's analyzing, it's generating and analyzing all these different options to go through and evaluate whether it wants to keep them or get rid of them. It's optimizing. So it reminds me, like, as I do these types of things, I have another computer and I should probably get comfortable using that other computer as like the stream computer, so that when I do intense compute operations that I'm demonstrating, that they're not affecting the stream. That'd probably be an icon. I will say this. We talked about our layouts and you kind of put this idea in my head of having like a bigger screen as kind of like a view. And I would like that. And I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put a bigger screen up here and get rid of some of these other screens. That's one of the changes I was making. So instead of having Synergy to connect to the different operating systems, I'm going to just use VNC and RDP over the network. So I'm going to have one big screen over my 3 kind of regular screens. So I can, it'll be a different vibe, different setup, but I'm going to try it out. I think it's going to work. It's going to fix some of the problems I run into. All right. So this took 2 minutes and 19 seconds to do the ahead of time processing. So let's do this. I'm going to switch my music again. And I'm going to put it just on this little lo-fi thing. So we've got the exact same app. This time it's a statically linked binary. We're going to run it this way, target retail store. It's going to start up, and it's like, hey, start it up in 0.206 seconds. We're going to do this. We're going to do this via map 8421. VM map 8421. Okay. Before we've done anything, it's at 60 megs. That's how much memory that app has. Now we're going to do. We're going to go and load. Oh, I didn't reset the reticences, but I think we'll be okay. If it's crazy whack funky, we'll do it again. But I think this will be okay, and we'll rerun it, right, just to validate. What? Is that real? No, that can't be real. That can't be real. Hold on. Hold on. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. It says, it says, it couldn't find this. It couldn't find the retail store CSV because it didn't have, it did the ahead of time compilation, and it said, I didn't need that. It didn't need it in order to figure it out. So I've got to give it a hint. I got to tell it like, hey, here's where that is. So how do I do that? That's a good question. I don't know off the top of my head how to add a resource in my app. I have done this. I've done it for UI apps. So now we're, again, off script. Let's go figure it out. Crawl VM, Spring Boot, source main, sources, files, hints. Maybe it's here because that's how I would have done it before. So I apologize right now. I'm trying to figure something out that I have no idea. Custom hints. This, if you need provider, resources, you can use this. Runtime hints registrar interface, make some appropriate calls for runtime instances. Let's copy that. I don't know if it's the same, but we're going to copy this. Hope that it's the same. So let's see what that looks like. Bear with me. Or not. You can totally leave if you want. I get it. I don't need to do this. This. Random hints. Method. I don't need that. No hints. Register pattern include. Um, that'd be enough. Method. I don't need that. I don't need any of those. Resource. That's it. I don't think I need that. I think I just need this. Best telling the GraalVM. Does Spring Boot 3 already use virtual threads? That is a great question. Yes. All that you need to do in order to leverage the virtual threads with Spring Boot 3, I think all you need to do is enable the virtual threads capabilities in Java 19, which I think are enabled by default with Java 20. I'm not going to dig into that today, but that is a great question. And yeah, you're on the right track. So it's definitely something. And if you're going to be at DevNexus, you should come and check it out. There will be some good talks about that. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, I appreciate you so much. Thank you. My name is Deshaun. I'm a Spring developer advocate. I work for VMware, and they do all the care and feeding for the Spring team. And I'm just playing with stuff right now. So thanks. Welcome. So I added this so we can do the GraalVM thing. I think that's all that I'm going to need to do. So let's do a quick test. This is the quicker test, mdnw Spring Boot run. Let's just make sure that I didn't break my JVM version, which it shouldn't. Wonderful. Let's go and test. No, not that test. Let's do this. HTTP 8080 actuator health. Cool. So it didn't break it. Didn't break that. Hey, I get it. Interesting. I'm a Quarkus guy now, but still have love for Spring Boot. Right. Like, I think you'll be hard pressed to do a whole lot of interesting things in Quarkus without having some of the Spring libraries. The Spring ecosystems, the ecosystem is pretty massive. So yeah, you kind of pull in, and Quarkus made it really easy to adopt and leverage Spring. So yeah, like we're all in the same. We all just want to get to production, right? Whether you're using Quarkus or Spring or PHP, right? It doesn't matter. Like, let's just get to production. So what I've done now, yeah, if you're a Quarkus, I'm sure a lot of folks chose Quarkus for what it could do with GraalVM initially, right? So I'm going to do this native compile. Let's see if we can get this right. JavaScript, yeah, take JavaScript production. Absolutely. Let's just go. Let's get to production, right? Like, I love Spring. Spring's done amazing things for my career. Even before I was on this team, Spring was helping me get to production. And that's the real thing. I want you to get to production. I enjoy, like Icon here, a friend of the stream. He's a JavaScript guy, super duper talented. And beyond his JavaScript talent, he's got a bunch of graphic design talent. He's amazing. Also, I think Funky Waddle is still here. Funky Waddle helped me streaming, helped me understand Twitch and the Twitch ecosystem. I started streaming over on Mixer, and Funky Waddle kind of welcomed me into the Twitch community and kind of showed me the ropes. And he's been a massive friend of the stream for a long time. So yeah, Mr. Knock, I assume that's what I read is Knock, the Network Operations Center. Exactly Native Image was pretty much the main reason for me to switch, but it also performs a bit better in general, in some cases, maybe, right? So one of the things that I enjoy looking at is like the performance side of things. It's interesting. I'd like to do an experiment. Maybe I'll have you on the stream and we can do some like side by side. That'd be fun. But yeah, a lot of the advantages, just my perspective that I saw from Quarkus, they kind of went away with Spring Boot 3, right? A lot of the advantages that Quarkus had for certain workloads disappeared when the Spring Boot team decided to rebase at Java 17 and bring in that GraalVM capability, that ahead of time processing. Because with that, you got a lot of other benefits as well. So yeah. But yeah, enjoy. It's fun stuff. And I learn a lot about the strengths and weaknesses of different things by having conversations like what types of workloads are you running in Quarkus? I'd be interested to know like where they perform better, because that's what I got to do. I got to find out those gaps. I got to help. And when there's use cases that fit better someplace else, run them someplace else. That's okay. So now we've done this. Let's see if this is going to run. It produced some artifacts. It said, hey, retail store, build artifacts. Let's see if we can run this. Okay, we're up and running. Let's see if this works. No, I don't think it did. It says, so I'm not doing something right. So something, why didn't that work? Why didn't that work? I noticed that in my target, it produced this artifact, retail store dot build. No. Why? Why? I provided the hint. I think I'm doing something wrong. So let me figure that out. Let me try again. I bet I have an example. I bet Josh has an example. Let me bring this over here. So I'll leave this up. I have to get this data pulled in. So what I need to do is figure out the right hint to pull it in. I have another approach that I can do. Please hold. Speaking. Take a look. Let's do this. Let's see if I can do this. I'm going to add the agent to my plugin. Oops. This way. Cool. And let's do this. I haven't done this in a while, so we should check it out. So this time, Spring Boot run. Let's do the skip tests. Well, let's run it with the native image agent. And let's see what we get. Let's do this. Have it load. It took 55 seconds last time. So we'll let that run. And what I expect is that I'm going to get something in here. Maybe when it's done. Or when I exit, that agent is going to dump that information in. And then hopefully I can use that. Yeah, I'm peeking. So wait, you did this. I'm looking at Josh's example. And the hints are generated under the target directory, under the sources directory. Right on. All right, let's see. Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading. This is done and that's done. That time it took 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And let's go back here and stop. And let's see, did I get, I'm hoping reflect resource config. This. All right, I'm expecting that. That's all I expected. So I think I can take this config file and I put it into, let me look, I don't remember off the top of my head. Seeking. Here's my stuff. It goes into meta inf. Native hints. Source main meta inf native image. Source main. What did I say? Meta inf source main new directory meta inf and then native image. I think I just want this one. Let's there anything else I really care about? I'll get the others. This is the main one. Let's see if this works. Sure. All right, let's try that again. W do the native compile and let's see what we get. Find stuff out. Again, 55 seconds is what we thought it was going to take. Or that's what it took last time. I'm doing the native compilation on M1, so it goes pretty fast. And we'll see. We will see. So a lot of times I'm much more comfortable just doing things live and interacting than I am preparing content. So this is a lot of what I do. Is kind of, hey, I got an idea, experiment. A lot of times just jump online and do them that way. So that's what you can expect if you're following. That's what you can expect to see. So we're going to take some stuff. And 99 times out of 100, I have no idea what I'm doing. I got a sense, but I rarely practice my demos before I jump online. I think it's a better learning experience. For me, it puts a little pressure on me. I get to, see and learn. Yeah, definitely. It's more interesting that way, right? Where the kind of like pre-baked demos are super valuable when you're like pressed for time. Like, hey, show the main bits. I use this more as a learning and interactive tool for you, for the community. Like let's learn together versus I'm gonna provide a bunch of pre-canned stuff. It's just the way I work. I think I work better this way. So yeah. We are getting there. All right. So now let's try to run that retail store. And what we're hoping is that that's too fast. I think we're gonna have that same error. Class path resource cannot be resolved because it does not exist. What do I do? What am I missing here? I'm missing something. So bear with me while I try to figure out what I'm doing wrong. The gap here, what I'm trying to do is get it so that the retail CSV is actually included in the binary, that static link binary. So I'm trying to include this external file as a resource in this static link binary. And I'm doing something wrong. Yeah, so I think both of these options should have worked. They're similar to what I've done in the past, right? This should have worked. I'm wondering. I missed a piece. What I forgot to do was this. Amendments. Don't need that. It is wrong. What doesn't it like? Value missing. What? Let's take a peek. Please hold. Please continue to hold. This is not very interesting, right? The idea that, hey, usually it's more interesting when we don't know what we're doing, when we're just kind of like attacking something. I've got to get better at my interacting. This is not interesting. I'm sure this is me just trying to. I'm learning, and you're joining me. So let's find it. Let's find it. Link, and we're going to make some changes here. I'm trying to find an example. Here we go. I think that's all I need to do. And I think with that, I think we're good. Let's try that again. I think I can get rid of this part. We'll see. Let's see what's up. Let's try it out. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? We've got nothing better to do at 10:30 at night. We're just trying to build an example of showing a use case. I just want to show a use case that performs better or worse with AOT processing. Just a delta. I don't want it to perform the same. That's the only thing. Anything other than that. There's the music. The music gets a little when we're doing all this heavy processing in the background. All right. Feel like I'm on the right track here. I gotta get better. I gotta get more reps at doing this, adding of the custom hints, especially this one. The like bring in the resources. Very important. All right, we're getting close. We are getting close. Is there anything I can close a little bit faster? Not really. But note to self, I do need to switch my streaming setup a little bit. So I can do the heavy workload stuff here. All right. Now let's do that Target retail store. Fingers crossed. Jump over here. We just don't want it to immediately respond like it just did. Again, did I type something wrong? Retailfoodstores.csv. Why did that not work? We have it pulling in my runtime hints and that register hints. It overrides register hints, runtime hints, class loader, and hints.resources.register pattern should include retailfoodstores.csv. So maybe let me figure out here. Maybe it's this. Let's try that. That's the only delta. So everything else, everybody uses the same read data into rows. That is it possible that was the only thing? Because it added that here. It's probably not possible. Peeking at other. Let's try. Oh. You know what? Let's try. Let's try this. Trying it again. Tiny change. We're going to do this, though. Do this first. Trial and error. Not the best way to go. I should probably have some tests kind of to help me out. Awesome. There's that processor heating up. Awesome. All right, we're going. What else is happening? What's happening with you? What are you guys working on? What are any of you working on? Share while this slow iteration loop, slow feedback loop takes its time. Let me know, what are you guys working on? What are you working on? Let's get to production. You know what I should be doing? I should be running that other machine. Funky Waddle, I do not have a Linux box right now that's running on x86. The only Linux box that I have is running on Raspberry Pi. That's the only thing that's running in my entire house. I don't have a Linux box running on x86 right now. Mr. Knox says, kind of getting back into Scala right now. That's interesting. That is interesting. I played around with Scala for a little while. financial stuff, but it's never really latched on. I never really like connected. I'm not a language, like the language part, not really that big of a deal for me. The things that I care about are getting to production quickly. So we tried it. Let's try it again. Fingers crossed. I didn't really make a big change. I'm just trying to get this retail food stores CSV to load. Okay, you're up and running. Cool. Please. Nope, that's not going to work. It says, hey, I can't find it. Cannot be resolved to absolute file path because it does not exist. Class path resource. I am not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. If I do that, that works. Inspect, yep. I want that. It would be best to exhaust as many code bases as possible, perhaps. I don't understand what I have done wrong. The migrations configuration should work. I should be able to put this. Let's try this. No, I don't. That's not what I want to do. It should work. It says I can config. Let's do this. I want to move. Yeah, let's just make a new package. We'll move this guy. What's wrong with that? Okay. Sure. We can make that. Here, set. And everything should work still. So, all right, good morning. Simon, thanks for joining. Can you go back to that resource utils line? Yep. Here's my hints. The tracing agent picked it up. So when I do the tracing agent, let's do that. I could show that, hey, in my POM, I've got my tracing agent, and I can show here in the native image in my resource config, it does indeed find. Hello, I'm in the right file. It does find, I think it was at the very bottom. CSV. Oh, wait, how come I didn't find it this time? Maybe because I didn't execute. Let's do this again. MVNW clean spring boot run. We're going to run it with the agent. Let's go hit that endpoint. Oh, what happened here? Max retries caused no connection. Localhost, what? Oh, I'm up. Maybe I hit it too soon. What? Oh, so this is a problem that I busted over here. Okay, so again, Spring Boot run. We're doing this. Cool. So hey, we loaded it. Yes, usually the tracing agent should pick it up. Cool. I have to hit the code that's loading that resource file. If it doesn't get loaded automatically, it only gets loaded when I call that endpoint. That says, hey, go grab that file from the resource class path, and then we'll loop through it one row at a time. So yeah, I'm not surprised that it needs a hint because I wouldn't want it to just pull in random resources if I'm not calling them. So here, the advantage would be if my tests were to execute it, but this again, it's a long process. If my tests were to hit that file and access that file, then it would show up. But I did not do that. If you have good tests, this process goes a whole lot easier. So what am I doing now? Oh, I'm running it. We're loading this CSV file into Redis. We're just trying to, yeah, yep, no worries. Yeah, if it was an initialization script, then yeah, but we're not doing that. So the things I've tried, I tried to say, hey, let's import these runtime hints here. And in those runtime hints, this is what we like to do is we want to register that pattern, retail food stores, .csv. And I feel like I'm doing something silly where I've got like a typo, but it doesn't appear to be that. So this still not done. It's going to take 55 seconds at the fastest, 2 minutes. But now our hints, right? Our native image hints, I should have. Oh, I got to stop this. So once I end that, then the agent will write out those files. And in this resource config, I should see, there it is, retailfoodstores.csv. So that pattern should be getting pulled in. So then if I take this, and I can take the whole thing. If I put this into source main new directory, meta, if I take this whole thing, image, and let's just move it up here. All of these hints should get pulled in. I think that's all that I need to do. It's like, hey, I think that's all that I have to do. And it could be something that I'm doing wrong here. I might be missing a step, but I think that's all I have to do. So with that, if I do with all of those hints provided, if I go like this and I say, again, go back and do the native compilation. Now I've double dipped here. I've got not only these hints here that were created by the agent, but I also still have my runtime hints. So let's leave that. Let's turn this back off. Okay. Let's run it. Let's do the native compilation without the runtime hints, but use these predefined hints that we got from the agent. Let's go back and see if that works. So clean, let's do it. Native compilation, skip tests. But we should still be using these that we got out of the tracing agent. Oh, I think I did. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I'm missing one more annotation. Please hold. Am I missing one more? The register reflections for binding. Please hold. Nope, not that one. No, it's just this. Import runtime hints. I implemented the runtime hints registrar. Yeah, I think that's it. You like today's office hour session? It was good. I thought it hit exactly what we needed to hit. Ryan is super brilliant, and he's put so much work into it. Yeah, he's amazing. So yeah, I thought today's episode was awesome. Thanks for the comment. Always appreciated. Yeah, this is going. I feel like this is all that I need to do. And I'm confused. All right, so what we did was we did the native compilation. We're trying to run it. You know what I should be able to do? I should be able to look at that class file. How big is that? Actually, I'm not going to run it. I'm going to see if I can eyeball it. Did I do the right thing? Would it compress it? I wonder. I'm going to cancel this. Hello. And I want to do a target retail. Like, how big is that? Yeah. So that's we might have done it this time. But we had all those hints, so it might be bigger. Anyways, we did that. Let's go. Oh, class path resource. This CSV loader says, hey, I cannot find it. This guy says, I can't find that. What have I done? So if I go here, oops, this should also work. I should be able to import runtime hints. I'm looking. I should be able to import those runtime hints. I should be able to do that without these. So I got rid of the meta-inf native image stuff, which I should need because anything funky in here? No. I shouldn't need it because I am pulling in those runtime hints from here. Why would it not work? Why is it not finding those when I explicitly register a CSV file? Hints. Register new migration config. Simon, what would you like to see next for our office hours? What would you like to see us focus on? I feel like I'm missing something, and I'm tired. I feel like I'm just missing something simple because I am tired. Too fast, so it still did not work. Hey. I don't think that's right. Let's see. The test containers for local development sounded interesting, very interesting. And if you're paying attention, the 3.1 release is going to make that even easier. So we could definitely take a look at that. I tested it out a bit myself, but I feel there's so much more achievable that I might not have thought of yet. Same. I feel the same way. One of the things, like the example in this project, like this, I feel like this could go away. Having that Docker Compose file included in my repository. I'm forcing kind of the Docker Compose knowledge, and it's just something extra. It's going to be the same all the time. I feel like I would like this to go away. I feel like to come in and have a quick start that didn't require me to do Docker Compose, that would be ideal. I want that to recycle just like everything else. There's use cases for both, right? But yeah, that's where I would like to be, is where I could get rid of this Docker Compose file and have this quick start for this demonstration work. I think that's valid. Man, I am tired and I still have more work to do. So this is going to be a troublesome evening. What am I going to do here? So close that. I have to hit at least some milestone before I I call it night. I'm just like hitting the wall. But again, I'm probably missing something silly that I'm not gonna find being this tired. So how about this? Let's call it for now. Unless I can think of something else I'm missing. Yeah, I can't think of it, what it might be. So I'm gonna just call it like sometimes it's just best to step away, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna step away. So let's call it good. What else? What else should we be thinking about? Let's do this. Hey, look at that. It's not in focus. Maybe if I go all the way back here, there's better focus. Yeah. I didn't really do a whole lot today. I tested Java 20 Works. I ran into a couple corners. I ran into a problem where I couldn't load. I want to include this resource file, make it available to my native, my GraalVM native image version. And I'm sleepy and I missed something. So yeah, it happens. But instead of banging my head and embarrassing myself in front of my friends, my people, I'm going to go ahead and step away, and I'll circle back and I'll try to do this in the morning. Cool. Thanks for joining. I appreciate all of you. And yeah, stay tuned. I'll be back. I'll have it figured out soon enough. And I'll jump on the stream and I'll demonstrate it again. So thanks for joining. We'll see you all soon. See ya.